The date is 480 BCE. The place is Abydos, the town on the Asian side of the Hellespont, where it narrows to just over a mile in width. The scene is worthy of Hollywood in its heyday. Xerxes, Persia's king of kings, ascends a throne on a promontory from which he can see armies assembled, the historian Herodotus tells us, of over 1.5 million men. Had the number been only a tenth of that, as is more likely, it would still have approximated the size of Eisenhower's forces on D-Day in 1944. The Hellespont has no bridge now, but Xerxes had 2 then. One rested on 360 boats lashed together, the other on 314, both curved to accommodate winds and currents. For after an earlier bridge had broken apart in a storm, the furious king beheaded the builders and ordered the waters themselves whipped and branded. Somewhere on the bottom there presumably lie, to this day, the iron fetters he had thrown in for good measure. On that day, though, the waters are calm, and Xerxes is content, until he bursts into tears. His adviser and uncle, Artabanus, asks why. "Here are all these thousands," the king replies, "and not one of them will be alive 100 years from now." Artabanus consoles his master by reminding him of all the calamities that can make life intolerable and death a relief. Xerxes acknowledges this, but demands, "Tell me the very truth." Would Artabanus have favored the task at hand, a second Persian invasion of Greece in just over a decade, had they not both had the same frightening dream? Now it's Artabanus who shudders. "I am still full, nay, overfull, of fear." Xerxes' dream had come twice after Artabanus dissuaded him from avenging the Greeks' humiliation of Darius, Xerxes' father, at Marathon 10 years earlier. As if in anticipation of Hamlet, still 2 millennia into the future, an apparition, regal in aspect, paternal in attitude, had issued an ultimatum. If you do not launch your war at once, just as a short while raised you to be great and mighty, so with speed again shall you be humble. Artabanus at first scoffed at the dream's significance, whereupon Xerxes made him trade clothes and sleep in the royal bed. The specter reappeared, so terrifying Artabanus that he woke up screaming, instantly urging the new invasion. Xerxes then gave the orders. The great force gathered at Sardis, sacrificed 1,000 heifers at the ruins of Troy, arrived at the Hellespont, found the bridges ready, and was preparing to cross them when the king allowed his uncle one last chance to voice whatever reservations he might yet have. Artabanus, despite his nightmare, can't resist. The enemies ahead, he warns, will not just be Greeks, formidable fighters though they are. They'll also include the land and the sea. The march around the Aegean will traverse territories incapable of feeding so large an army. There won't be enough harbors to shelter ships if storms arise. Exhaustion, even starvation, could set in before fighting a single battle. The prudent leader dreads and reflects on everything that can happen to him, but is bold when he is in the thick of action. Xerxes listens patiently, but objects that, if you were to take account of everything, you would never do anything. It is better to have a brave heart and endure 1/2 of the terrors we dread than to calculate all of the terrors and suffer nothing at all. Big things are won by big dangers. That settles it. Xerxes sends Artabanus back to rule the existing empire, while turning his own attention to doubling its extent. He prays to the sun for the strength to conquer not just Greece, but all of Europe. He has myrtle branches strewn before the bridges. He orders his priests to burn incense. And he rewards the Hellespont by pouring into it a libation, followed by the golden cup that contained it, followed by the golden bowl in which it was mixed, followed as well by a sword. This clears the way for the crossing, which takes 7 days and nights to complete. As Xerxes himself reaches the European shore, an awed bystander is heard asking why Zeus has disguised himself as the Persian monarch, bringing along all the people of the world. Could the god not have destroyed Greece on his own?